How many people have, by a raise of hands, how many people have been to the zoo? Okay. In a study done by BBC News, which is a nationally broadcasted news station, between 3,000 and 5,000 healthy zoo animals are killed each year. Do you support that? If you plan on going to the zoo anytime soon, this would be something that you would want to listen to before making that decision. This will help raise awareness. Personally, I've been to the zoo multiple times, and I found myself very knowledgeable on this topic after doing an extensive amount of research. And I'm actually ashamed of going to the zoo and being a supporter of the zoo for such a long period of time. We should boycott zoos. Don't allow them to receive our money, force them to be underfunded, and make them all close down. Now, let's talk about why zoos are a problem. The zoo is a problem because people keep going to it. People keep giving them money. Therefore, people go as a source of entertainment. Zoo animals are being taken from nature. They are mistreated, not kept at a safe distance from their guests, and aren't given enough room in their exhibits. Zoos are businesses. Their main priority is profit, not the welfare of the animals. People throw things such as trash or rocks at these animals in the exhibits all the time. There was even one incident where a kangaroo actually died because a guest decided to throw rocks at it trying to get it to hide. There have also been incidents where people crossed the safety barriers and the animals attacked them. And who's at fault? The animals. One time in 1987, after a group of boys snuck into a zoo after hours and a dare was made, an 11-year-old boy decided to jump a spiked fence and enter a polar bear exhibit. Officers arrived after they received a call about a child scream within the zoo. They found two bears mauling the boy and killed both of them. Neither of the polar bears had any type of history of violence or misbehavior. In 2012, a mother was holding her child over the railings at a zoo. She lost her grip, and the child fell into the exhibit. The child was killed by a wild pack of dogs, and one dog was killed in the incident. More recently, the story of Harambe in 2016. After a 4-year-old fell into the exhibit in Cincinnati, zookeepers shot and killed the gorilla. According to ABC 5 News in Chicago, animal expert Jane Goodall wrote a letter to the zoo claiming that the endangered species was just trying to protect the boy. Since 1993, animals died during animal attacks 42 times in zoos, accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. According to Freedom for Animals, which is an organization that runs charities to save and protect animals, zoos cannot provide the amount of space animals need to have in the wild. These are cases for animals who roam larger distances in their natural habitat. Animals such as lions or tigers have about 18 times less space in a zoo than they would have in the wild. Animals such as polar bears have 1 million times less space in zoos than they would have in the wild. Animals being kept in a zoo is unhealthy. As stated by Freedom for Animals organization, they document animal suffering time and time again. The opposition believes this can be prevented and changed, but in reality, it can't. Now, let's talk about what zoos cause and the effects of it. People continue funding these businesses. Therefore, animals continue being taken away from their natural habitat and their homes. These animals are forcibly being stripped of freedom. Who are we as humans to take these animals away from their home? Believe it or not, zoos affect the balance of nature. Opposing people think just because we as humans, being the dominant species, can do whatever we want. But in reality, we can't. But there are ways to fix this. Get rid of zoos completely across the United States and let these animals free to go back to their homes. There's only one thing that can happen by sending these animals home, and that's us not being able to see them suffer anymore. We, as civilized, good-hearted Americans, should boycott against the zoos. People may say that this process takes too long or maybe too much of a complication, but together we can make a change. In the final analysis, animals are forcibly being stripped away from their natural habitat. They are mistreated, not kept at a safe distance away from guests, and don't have enough space to live like they would at their home in the wild. Thank you.